Everyone, welcome to another review. This is the Iron Factory Racing Bros Annihilator EX-26A. They're red alert, basically. Yes, you can see it's a sports car with fire department symbology on them. And it comes in an Iron Factory box, which is pretty standard white, you know, with the figure, font, Iron Factory, ages 15 plus, because it's not for children. You know, picture, warnings, another picture, and on the back, you got more stuff, including QR code. Yeah, pretty simple, real fit a small box because, well, it doesn't need to be big, because why would you need a big box for something like this? It also comes with instructions, which are pretty good, actually, for all things considered. And it comes, you know, there's a QR code there as well. Scan that as you will. It also comes with 3 accessories, which aren't usable here in the car mode. There is his gun and his 2 different shoulder cannon things. At least as far as I can tell, they're not usable in this mode. No. Double check on that. Nothing in the instructions say as such, so there you go, yep. Anyway, yeah, he is a Lamborghini-esque sports car. Except, you know, it's a fire department, so it's got siren, you know, light bar on the top. Rolls pretty well. You know, considering there's not a whole lot of ground clearance there, he still rolls pretty well. You know, nicely picked out detailing, the red, you know, the fire department symbol and all that stuff. Very generic one, but that's kind of accurate. Silver painted rims, blacked out windows, nice gray rear engine bay, venting, all that stuff. Even the exhaust pipes are picked out in silver. So yeah, and it's got, of course, got the red striper on there, and again, more the grille and headlights are both picked out in silver as well. Yeah, it's a pretty nice little car. I like these little Iron Factory guys. You know, I'm kind of getting more and more into this Legends class, and I was gonna get the Lamborghini Brothers, you know, Sideswipe and Sunstreaker, but that's sold out pretty much everywhere before it can. Oh yeah, that thing I forgot. You know, so it's like, oops. And a couple things you can see, you know, some of it doesn't quite fit together properly. You see some gapping there, like you know, stuff doesn't 100% fit together, but at this scale, it's kind of one of those things, and at this price, it's like one of those things kind of more willing to overlook it. Yeah, it's pretty solid, I think. I actually kind of want to get their repaint of the Sunstreaker mold, the double pack, whatever it's called. I can't remember what they call them, but yeah, they're that version, just to have the other version in the mold, or find the see if I can find a cheap Sideswipe and Sunstreaker set. Transformation here is actually kind of clever, but you know, nothing too out there. First thing you want to do is open these little black panels on the bottom here, and then what I like to do is try to lift up this whole thing, and then move this out of the way a bit to get the tabs unpegged. And this kind of, you know, the car starts doing this stuff. This gets the tabs unpegged, so you can actually unfold this whole bottom section. There's multiple hinges there, so the exhaust pipes hide and everything. You know, unfold that, split them apart right there. Rotate it at the waist. Down here, it's a little silver bit right here. You're supposed to flip it out. I like to push on this side of it right here. I like to push on that, so it makes it a little easier to flip out the foot rather than trying to grab it with your fingernail. Just push on that and flip it out. It's a lot easier. And then fold it up like that, becomes a foot, and close up the leg panels. They'll go back in, and there's the legs done. And then up here, you want to split the sides of the car off. They just tab it on the side right there. Just split them off and move them down and out like that. The hood, what you want to do is you want to open this part of the hood right here. That gives you clearance to get it around the head. Move it down like that, and close this back up. And this part, which that's just not supposed to collapse yet. This part right here, there's multiple hinges there. You want to collapse it down so that this red part goes underneath and onto that. There's a little cavity for it right there. And you want to collapse it up on that. Rotate the head around and collapse the, I guess, windows or whatever, the roof. And then finally unfold the hands. And you have Annihilator here in his robot mode, which, you know, he came in it, but yeah. Again, it's an Iron Factory figure, and I really like the Iron Factory aesthetic and stuff. I really like what they're doing in this size class. I've become again I'm becoming more and more into the Iron Factory stuff here, and I think this is really good. Again, some more detailing popping up here. You got the blue on here, silver toes. His face is really nicely picked out. I'm gonna try to zoom in on that. Hopefully, you see, the face is pretty nicely picked out. The little blue eyes. You got a little bit of a smile. So I guess it's not paranoid version of him. Yeah, again, more red popping up here with like the chest and the legs and stuff. And it's a really good looking figure. I think it just overall looks really solid and collapses really. All of it puts. I guess all the pieces collapse and go where they need to. The one thing about mine is which one was it? I want to double check. This leg, I think. Yeah, this left leg. Mine had a problem out of the box in that the screw right here, this screw was actually misfired and was partially not going into the socket properly. So I literally could not bend the knee, and so I couldn't transform it or anything. Well, I could bend the knee here, but I couldn't transform it. This right here was this bit right here just simply was fused. It was stuck in place because of the misfiring of the screw. I was able to fix it, but just random QC error, but I got mine to fix, so it does work properly now. You can see that it does fold up. So this, I guess, word of warning about, QC problems possibly. I'm not sure, or just that seems just to be a random fluke though. So there's that. Yeah, he can hold his gun. This thing can also fold up. I believe this can go. So I swear up and down. This is supposed to go in his robot mode somewhere. I think it's left over. I think there was a spot where this light bar is. Where the gun could have gone. I think that's what it was on the original version, was that spot right there where the light bar is, could go in where the root that goes. I can't remember though. Anyway, he can hold his gun. That's pretty simple. Right there. And his little shoulder things. You can, the thing is, there's a little tab here. To hide it behind there, there's little pegs right here, but near his head. There's a little hole right there, and you can pop the gun on, and you can move it a little bit and up and down. If you really, really want to, I guess he's extra paranoid today, you can give him two shoulder guns. But yeah, just leave it like that. Do as you will. You also display on the other side of his head how you want. So there you go. Again, it looks good. I really like it. Articulation, his head is on a ball joint. I'm going to move this real quick. His head is on a ball joint, so lots of range. It's also, really expressive ball joint. You get left, right, up, down, a waggle. It's a lot there. Shoulders are on ball joints, so forward and back. And outward is a little hindered by just the sculpt, but you can also use this armature to move it a little bit, but there's not a whole lot of range you can get outward, unfortunately. Got a bicep swivel. His elbows can curl up pretty far. That's way more than 90 degrees, so that's pretty good. It's a single hinge, but still, that's a lot of movement. His hands can, I guess, do that, but that's not really helpful in any capacity. His waist can move. If you move this, you have to move this out of the way first, but his waist can do a swivel if you move that out of the way. And if you do move it away, honestly, it doesn't change that much, but if you just really want this lying flat against his back, it will hinder waist articulation, so be aware of that. His hips are on ball joints, so forward, back, pretty far range. Outward about that far. Not full range, but still pretty good. Nice thigh swivels there. Single hinge knee, which goes just slightly over 90 degrees. And he's got ankle tilts at the foot, and you can adjust them because of this, which is good because there's this little corner right here on the back of the leg. Yeah, so you can adjust them outward as you need to, so you can get some really nice wide stances and not have to worry about that corner messing with stuff. Only thing is he's going to expose stuff right here, on the foot. It's kind of going to expose it that's open. There's also a little bit of toe action if you need it. Yeah, it's a really good figure, honestly. I really like it. I really like this one. It's a good Legends figure, I think. About what, $30-ish, $35 or so. I like it. I like how it looks. It just looks really good. Period. So yeah, that's it. I really would recommend going getting it. It's still freely available if you want this mold, or yeah, this is a good way to get it. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it informative and entertaining. Hope you like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time with another video review.